Welcome back, guys. Here we go. We got the approaches. There's going to be a few added in. We're pretty much just going to review the what we covered in the starter pack for the approaches. So by now we should have those down, right? So we're going to add on to it a little bit, just a few. We're going to review it, and then we're going to add. Okay? This is just going to make our games a little bit better. Okay? And by a little bit, it can be a lot. Okay? Some may wonder why, I don't get like super excited, super pumped, because, honestly, I am super passionate about this game. But, two reasons. I'm trying to do this while my girlfriend is at work. Soon to be wife. But, and while he's napping, so I don't want to wake him up, during the video while he's taking a nap. And also, throughout the courses, I'm trying to keep a calm demeanor because that's exactly how you need to play this game. So if you go back to the mental game, or if you have it all down in your head right now, you know that you need to keep everything even keeled. Okay? I'm not going to get too high. I'm not going to get too low when I talk about the game. Okay? I'm going to be right in the middle. If I'm talking, you can tell that I'm passionate about this game. Honestly, I didn't think my infield videos were going to be more than 30 minutes. Those were probably my longest ones. Which I didn't think that. I thought hitting and pitching were going to surpass those. But hitting, I think, was my longest ones at like 55 minutes. So, when I got things to talk about, you can tell that I'm passionate about this game. So, let's get right into it. By now, we should have our mindsets down. If not, I want you to go back and do the 3-day mindset challenge, review all the content there, and make sure you go through the mindset. Okay, the mindset videos in each one, the starter pack and this one. Get the minds down. Okay? If you need to review the approaches in the starter pack, there should be no need because I'm about to approach it, but if you need a little bit more detail and in-depth, because two-strike approach, quality at bats, that I'm going to review them, but I'm not going to go into the specific detail. Okay, so if you need a little bit more detail, go back to those. Okay, and then, even within here, the prime pack, I'm going through what you should be doing between, your approaches, okay? Like the two-strike approach, I showed that, okay? In the prime hitting, okay? So let's jump right into it. So we got, first off, this is what I meant to say in the starter as well. But then it like slipped out my mind. Sometimes when I get excited, things just slip right out my mind. So I thought about it, I wrote it down. There is no excuse to why you can't get better at this game. Okay? I can make all the excuses in the world. Like if I grew up in the house that I'm in right now, it's pretty small. But I got enough space to be able to make do. I got a backyard. I got a hitting net. Even if you don't have a hitting net, get some wiffle balls. A couple of my buddies back in the day, we used to have fun with popcorn kernels. Those things are like this big, so you really had to concentrate in order to hit it. But you knew you hit it and made contact with it when you heard beep beep beep. You could like hear the sound. Then we even made it a little bit more challenging. We used a thunder stick. A thunder stick's like the size of a broomstick, like that big, to make contact with it. Working on your footwork, doing all that. We got TVs, we got cell phones. But if you truly want to get better at this game, you put those away for a specific amount of time. Okay? The importance is where your life is. Is your social life outweigh everything else? If so, this game's not for you. I'm just being blunt with you. If that outweighs everything, then this game's not for you. Alright? If that's not the case, and you want to be able to prove that, you don't do the talking, you do the actions. Alright? And by able to do that, I mean, one thing I used to do is, if I was bored sitting at home just watching TV, I was bored watching the TV. Go figure. You'd be bored watching TV. I was just so consumed with this game that, I went and got my glove. I went through my pitching progressions. Did some dry work. Used a bat. Okay? Used the wall down in my basement. Went in my backyard. Used the hitting net. We used to have a soft toss machine. So that thing used to, toss you some soft toss. If I want to get better at pitching, I use the net. So on and so forth. I mean, there's so many ways to get good at this game. Also, turn on a baseball game. I mean, I know this year it's on a lockout and we don't know what the heck's going on, but watch some baseball. I mean, I know the game's a little bit different, and from what I want to teach and get us back to, which is bunting, small ball, playing the game the right way rather than just home run or bust. I mean, the home runs are cool, don't get me wrong. But if the strikeouts are at an all-time high because that's all we're focused on doing, and that's what we see, okay, so we need to be able to understand this game and see that the pros right now, honestly, I don't think they're doing it right. And there's so many complaints about the game. If I have one complaint, it's the whole, okay, they put the shift on. I don't care that they put the shift on, but it's the fact that the hitters are not doing anything to counter that. And they're making these easy little outs. Even if they square the ball up, they're hitting it right into the shift. There's more guys over in that area. So learn to hit the ball the opposite way. Learn to bunt. Okay? If so, you're opening up your game a heck of a lot more. So you're going to have more opportunities to get those hits to fall. Okay? So we want to go back to that. I mean, baseball, you can still watch baseball, but when you truly understand this game, you see what's going on and you're like, why didn't they just bunt? Third baseman's playing shortstop right now. Like, that's all wide open. You learn to implement that into your game. I mean, you can take that away. So say you're almost at that pro level. I don't care if you're in college right now and you're listening to me, you bought this program, or if you're a top D1 recruit and you end up getting recruited in the next couple years to be drafted and you make it all the way to the pro level, add that into your game right now. You get to the pros, you're gonna get those guys by surprise. Okay? And then we can try to take the game back. Okay? Anyway, you see that? There's the excitement right there. Like, I get so passionate about that, the whole launch angle and spin rate thing. So, let's go into hitting. So, we got down that we need to hunt the fastball. Okay? If you get a good fastball and it's always in it's to your liking, you're not missing it. Okay? You're swinging no matter what. Even if you foul it off or you swing and miss, okay, you're still getting after it. Okay, your two-strike approach, you got two different ways. Okay? You focus on a middle-away approach. Nothing changes in the box. It's just a middle-away approach, allowing you to sit on that off-speed. Okay? And then you react to the fastball as well. I mean, if it's thrown on the inside corner, I mean, either read and recognize it, turn on it, or, stay short enough to the point that you can keep your hands in to be able to just fight it off, okay? Obviously, if the pitcher sees it, I know if I was a pitcher and I saw that, I mean, I keep pounding you in, okay? Keep pounding you in. I don't care how many times you foul that off, I'm going to keep pounding you in. Okay, I'm not going to throw you off speed, looking at your approach. So, I mean, you can just keep fouling that off, or you can adjust and use the 2-2-2. Okay, 2-2-2. Okay, choke up 2 inches, move closer 2 inches, and then move closer to the pitcher by 2 inches. Okay, this helps to take away the off speed before it breaks too hard on you. Breaks hard, and you swing and miss on it. Allows you to have better bat control, and it's going to allow you to potentially get that inside pitch. Okay, so personally, I like that 2-2-2 method. Okay, figure out which works for you. Okay, so quality at bats. Let's go over it again, because I want everybody to buy into it. Get it out your head that hit is the only way to be successful. It's not. There's 8 different ways to have a successful at bat. Okay, quality at bats are measured by moving runners. Okay, that can be a sacrifice bunt, or that can be a ground ball opposite direction, moves them up another 90 feet. Okay, it could be any of those things. Where the guy's on second, you hit a fly ball, he tags, he moves up. You got a sac fly, so you scored the runner. So when the guy's on third and you got 0 outs, 1 out. I can hit a fly ball or get a base hit. Or I could potentially, if, let's say, middle infield is back, focus middle and hit the ball on the ground. I know you're not in control of the result off the bat. You can only make those adjustments, but if you keep it in your mind, you keep it down to one thought, just like in the mental game, you're in a great spot. Hard head out. I know there's no value in that, in our thinking, but there is very high value in it, because that means that you absolutely squared the ball up and that you're in a great spot. Okay, so your next at bat, I mean, it's virtually like you got a base hit in that at bat. You just hit it right at him. You keep that same approach, you're going to stay consistent barreling up the ball. Okay, so even if you hit it hard, you did your job. Okay, reach on error, you got to first base. It doesn't matter if you booted it or not. Okay, now you're focused on scoring. Walk, like I said, don't look for walks, just let them happen. Okay, you're the aggressor. Okay, don't let that pitcher try to be the aggressor. You be the aggressor. You don't look for the walk ever. Okay, even if he threw 4 straight, the odds of him throwing 4 straight again, I mean, sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. Okay, a lot of times if they throw 4 straight, that means that they really are itching to get a strike just to get a feel, right? So it's most likely on an 0-0 pitch going to be a fastball, and it's going to be a good fastball for you to hit. So why not be geared up for it? And then you react. If you see it going out the zone, and then you lay off, you take it. Now it's 1-0. Now you're still in a great count. Now he still wants to get in a good rhythm. It's most likely still going to be a fastball. You're still going to be aggressive. So we're going to get into that mindset. That's the mindset that I'm adding next. Okay. Hit by pitch. If you don't like first base, get out the way. Okay, if you're scared to get hurt, get out the way. Okay, most people are wearing the C-flaps anyway. The C-flaps are for people that aren't turning their head very well to get out the way. You got to turn the shoulder and the head in, just like you're tracking the baseball. Okay? If you're scared for your elbow to get hurt, get an elbow guard then. Okay, don't get out the way. It's all about on-base percentage and scoring. Okay? A pitch at bat, because you just made the pitcher work and you allowed your teammates to see pretty much their entire repertoire. If I even said that right. But you should know what I mean. You see all their pitches. So in order to get them out in an 8-pitch at bat, the pitcher has to work. Okay, so he's trying to get you out with the off speed. He's trying to get you out. So with the slider, with the changeup, with the two-seamer, with the knuckleball, whatever he's got. So now you just helped out your teammates to see all his pitches. And then last, you can only guess what it is. It's hit. Okay? You live and die by the quality at bats. Your success level is going to be out the roof. Okay? And it's only going to prepare you so well for college. And then what I'm adding to hitting is being selective, aggressive. Okay? When you hear the term selective, aggressive, that is the good hitting counts, right? So, if you are in 0 count, 0-1, or 0-1, 1-0, 2-0, okay, you can be super selective. Most coaches that I know teach that 3-0 is an automatic take because he's got to come at you and get a strike. And I know that's typically the best pitch to hit, but you don't want to make an out right there. Make him throw at least one more pitch, you know? So, you got to know those counts and know those fastballs, but the thing is, you don't want to be aggressive. You want to be selective aggressive. If you are aggressive, you're going to be swinging at even bad pitches because you know it's a fastball. And you put in your mind that you're going to swing. No, if it's not a pitch that's in your zone, okay? So my zone, I like that middle away pitch. If he threw it there, I was not taking it. Okay? I was driving that ball. If it's middle high, first off, you need to know your zone. This is going to help you with the selective, aggressive mindset. Okay? Know your zone. What pitches do you like to drive? What are your strengths? Which ones in the zone and pitch are you going to drive? And then you're going to drive it for a double. That's the type of hack that you're taking on it. Okay, once you get to 2 strikes, you get to 2 strikes. Okay, you switch to a 2-strike approach. You know, either one of those approaches work. Okay? Me personally, I like that 2-2-2. Okay? And then that becomes more of a contact, fighting, competing type situation. Okay, don't fear it. Just compete and work through it. And let the result speak for itself at the end of it. Okay? Even if you strike out and you made them work, and you got an 8-pitch at bat, guess what? It was still quality at bat. So, being selective, aggressive, is virtually knowing the counts, knowing what pitches are going to come. But if you know that you can't drive it, just take it. Okay, get the next pitch. Okay, those are basically your advantage counts, just like the pitcher. Okay, so let's go into pitching. You want to be a pitcher, not a thrower? Okay, because, I mean, it's all fine and dandy if you can throw hard, but if you can't throw strikes, you're useless. Nah, I'm just speaking blunt right now. You are useless. I don't care if you can throw 95, that's great. If you can't locate it and throw strikes, I can't use you. I'll take a guy that throws 70 miles per hour at the same age, and it could be 18U. If you can't throw strikes, you're no use. You need to be able to throw strikes. So you need to become a pitcher. You need to learn how to pitch. So go back through those videos on learning how to pitch. Okay, it's a different concept than just throwing the ball. It's a lot more complex. Okay, but it's really not that hard. It's really not. And also, coaches, do not tell your players, hey, just throw strikes. It's poor advice. What do you think we're trying to do? Throw a ball? No. Give better advice. Stay calm, give us better advice, and we'll respond better. Okay, if I got something off mechanically, tell me. Okay, then I'm going to fix it. So 3 up, 3 down. So you face 3 guys, you sit 3 guys down. Okay, 3 pitches or less, which goes into advantage counts, is getting ahead of them in the first 3 pitches. Okay. Also, your pitch count per inning, you want to strive to be around, 15 max. Okay, that should be your goal. Once you start reaching that 20, now your pitch count starts driving up and you don't last as long. You live within advantage counts. 75% of the hitters that you face, you got ahead, you're going to have great success in that game. Okay, give your team a chance to win. That is your job as a pitcher. Let's see, so first pitch strikes. Okay, that goes into advantage counts. Throw to contact. Okay, I know Ks are great. It's an awesome stat. You feel super dominant when you can get a K. But that's not what pitching's about. Okay, in one of my best games that I ever pitched, and I dominated the game, was straight up pitching to contact. Okay, this was my first start my junior year at BW down in Florida. And man, I was not in the right mental game at the start of the game because I was excited. First game of the year, man, I was up here. Okay, and I was amping up, it was the hardest I ever threw, in the winter. And, ever got clocked at, so I was excited trying to amp it up and, gave me that confidence. But I was throwing balls. Like I was saying, be a pitcher, not a thrower. And I was being a thrower right there. And, so I amped it down, started throwing strikes. I put the guy in a great count, and center fielder caught on the fence with his back turned, awkward position, falling down. It was amazing. And then after that, I just settled in. Gave up 4 hits. I didn't give up an earned run. 1 run did come across, but it was unearned, so I gave up 0 runs. Well, earned runs. And I had 0 strikeouts. Okay, listen to that again. 0 strikeouts. But I was getting ahead of hitters, and I wasn't walking guys. I had 0 walks. Okay? That's why I was able to last for 9 innings. Gotta buy into the advantage counts. And also win the freebie war. So the things that the pitcher can control in the freebie war is almost all of them. Okay, all 7 of them. Okay, going back to the freebie war, you got pass balls, you got wild pitches, you got controlling the run game, so that's stolen bases, a balk that can only come on the pitcher. Okay, errors, you can't really fully control that. You can limit that, a little bit by your response after the error. By making the next pitch, by giving your team a chance after that point. The other 2 are just slipping my mind. It's either 5 or 7. But go back. The freebie war is in the pitching. Okay. The thing is, you want to win the freebie war. Okay. You don't want to give up free bases on stupidity. Okay. Oh, also pitchers can make errors too. So if it's hit back to you and you sail a ball into right field, that's on you too. Okay. It's all about controlling the run game. You want to limit the amount of times that they can snag an extra base on you. Okay. So, and then that's really good point, because outfield, when you sail the ball because you think you're going to throw them out because you want that glory play, yeah, that's a freebie where you just let them move up another 90 feet, okay? You don't want them winning the freebie war, okay? typically that's the outcome of your game, the difference in the game. Whoever wins the freebie war. So say you gave up, let's say 15 freebies, but they also had, if you keep track of it, if they gave up 19 freebies, that's 19 minus 15, that's 4. Typically, you will win that game by 4 rounds. That's typically how that works out. Okay, so win the freebie war. So infield applies to you. Outfield applies to you. Also, I mean, just like in the starter pack, I mentioned wanting the ball. You want the ball. If you make a mistake, you reset your mindset. You don't put your head down, because that's when you're going to start making mistakes. So what if you made a mistake? Make the next one. Let everybody know that you can still trust me. Let them hit it to me. I got the next one. Okay? It's all about your body language. After you commit an error, your reaction. Same goes for outfield. Okay? Same thing. So infield, outfield, I mean, both have the same mindset. Catcher. You gotta be the grittiest, dirtiest guy out there. Okay? You got to take full control. Okay? You are one of the most important assets the team has. You need to know all the situations in front. You need to be communicating it. So be the field general. Okay? Kind of like you want your point guard on the basketball team to control the plays. Live and die. Okay? Also, the one thing I'm adding is that being a catcher, you gotta take pride in it. There's no one tougher than you, and nothing gets by you. Okay? Be a wall. Okay? I don't care if nobody's on, and you just feel like getting lazy and try backpicking. Well, you show that being lazy. I mean, even if they're throwing their warm-up pitches, go down and block it. Keep it in front. Keep your work right in front of you. Okay? Visualize it as work. Like, oh, Johnny just threw it in the third again. Warm-up pitch. It's getting annoying. No, you should view it as, I'm getting some extra work in, and he's keeping me ready. Okay? Block the ball. Okay? Nothing gets by you. It's pride. Okay, and then the last thing, the bench, you're still super important, so stay focused. I know you could be disappointed that you're not in the game. I get that. But you need to be staying in the game at all times. You need to be doing stuff to stay loose, so when your name gets called, you can just pretty much just go right in, be plugged right in. Okay, if coach calls your name, you never know if an injury happens at your spot. You're the second guy in line. You need to be going in. Don't pout about it, but I mean, be that guy that gets the first baseman the ball, that gets the center fielder the ball, that gets, not the catcher. I was gonna say catcher, but I mean, get the first baseman and second baseman. There's one job for you to do. Volunteer to do the book. Volunteer to do a chart if you got charts. Volunteer to, don't even volunteer. If a foul ball happens, sprint out the dugout and go get it. Okay? Don't wait for somebody else to go do it. You go do it. Okay? If the catcher makes the last out, because typically you're using a pinch runner, in situations for him to come in, get his gear on, and that's another thing with catchers. Okay? And I just saw a great quote, that I'm going to post up in the catchers members area. Don't take forever getting your gear on. Get in there, get your gear on, get out there. Okay? No less than about 20 seconds or less. Okay? I used to love this one kid because it seemed like, he got his gear on in seconds. And he was already out there. But if they make the last out, somebody needs to be ready to go on the bench to catch that guy up, catch a pitcher up, because you want to keep the pace of the game moving Plus, you don't want to piss off the umpire. You don't. You know, and the coach doesn't want to go out there with no gear, nothing. So, I mean, what you need to have prepared is a glove and a mask. That's all you need to go out there and help warm up the pitcher. Warm up the right fielder or left fielder, depending on what bench you're in. Take pride. Also, you guys are like the bench is like the extra communication. Okay? So, if the pitcher picks off, you're yelling pick. You're yelling back. Whatever your communication is. Cutoffs. I mean, I know it's just habit for me because being a coach, you know, I still feel like I'm in the game, you know. And whenever a cut's happening, I'm always yelling out where to cut it. And I mean, you could be doing all that. Making sure you're communicating and staying in the game, because then that shows your coach that you're ready to go in no matter what. Also, that freebie war is upsetting me, not remembering all of them. So I will go back and look them up. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Right on the first page. Okay, freebie war is hit by pitch, walk. Oh yeah, so there you go. So those were the two I was missing. So pitchers, you're pretty much in control of the freebie war. You know, hit by pitches, walks. Those are all freebies. You don't want to give those up. Okay, and also as a pitcher, no leadoff walks, no two out walks. Those guys always find a way about 75% of the time, so 3 out of 4, to come around and score. Especially in 2 outs, where you don't think it's going to come back and hurt you. For some reason, if it's a walk, it seems like it always comes around and bites you. So you need to bear down in those situations. Like if it's a hit or, you know, an error in the field, sometimes those can snowball, but that typically snowballs because the pitcher doesn't do his job and hangs his head like, man, we should have been out of the inning. No, you should have made the next pitch. Okay, give your team the chance to redeem themselves or pick you up. Okay, don't make that excuse. That's all I got for right now. So stay tuned. I went a little bit out of order, so I'm not sure which one's right after this in Prime. And it's a little different than Starter Pack, so stay tuned. Everything's great information. Also, I apologize for the lighting. Didn't think about it when we first moved into this house. This is our starter house. And, you know, I just seem to pick the house that has the worst lighting and the worst outlets ever. So, maybe in due time, you know, I'll come out with the Academy 2.0 with better lighting. Maybe we'll be outside and whatnot. But, I mean, the whole point of the courses is stuff that you can do on your own and learning on your own and getting those baseball IQs up and learning how I can do this without actually being on a baseball field. Okay? So stay tuned with everything. So if I miss anything, also, please ask those questions in the Facebook group. Okay? I will get to them when I can. And if it takes me a while, I'm trying to get to it all. I'm trying to balance everything out. Okay? So make sure you ask those questions. Okay? And if you don't hear back from me right away, stay patient. Okay? Let me get to it. Let them come through. Okay? Just like this game, you want the game to come to you. You not to the game. Okay? If that makes sense. I know that was poor language skills right there, but you got the gist. So stay tuned. Guys, so many links to different resources. Check them out. I'm not sitting here doing this for my own health. Go check it out. Okay? Make sure you're doing all your homework. Make sure you're making time to get better at this game. That is the whole goal.